Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this one is about LOUDSTAKK MIDI metal grooves. Let's listen a song first. I wrote completely inspired by the grooves, and I wrote it kind of like, what we used to do back in the day at the rehearsal place. So I jammed with the drummer in this case. I jammed with LOUDSTAKK's metal MIDI beats, and it didn't take me very long to come up with this kind of groove metal song, because I guess the beats I used were from the imaginary groove metal song. So let's listen the song first, and then let's go to my DAW. Let's check out some more beats, and then quick tutorial of drum mixing, how I use and how I mix MIDI drums, which is basically like I would mix real drums. And maybe you could get some tips, tricks and ideas to your productions as well. Alright, groove metal. Alright, that was groove metal, like I said, and I mixed the drums and the guitars, or recorded them kind of in the style of, you know, good old Dimebag, Darrell, CFH, Cowboys from Hell. Alright, first let's check out the different drum grooves, what there is and what I used on the song, and then we'll go through some drum mixing tips and tricks. And like it says, it's MIDI files only, so no samples or plugins or drum presets. You need to come up with the, you know, your drum sounds by yourself. So these are grooves, beats. MIDI grooves provide users with a vast collection of drum grooves played by real drummers. Okay, let's go through the beats. So this is the kit I used, but let's not go into that yet. Grooves. User MIDI LOUDSTAKK, and here's a lot of different. So I use this groove metal heavier backbeat kind of imaginary song. So you can see here it's a groove metal heavier backbeat, beat number 9, number 10, number 5, number 1, number... So yeah, well, this is, I didn't do anything to this. The only thing I added was this final hit, or basically copied just these two here. That was the only thing I did. Alright, let's go through some beats. And I'm actually now in my session tempo, so let's listen to these in the original tempo. Wasn't that far from my song's tempo. Mid-tempo grooves, hardcore groovy backbeat 012. Yeah, folk upbeat. Yeah, I can, you know, Finnish folk metal. Cool, black metal true blast beat 03. Cool, metalcore emo bridge. Yeah, so there's lots of very usable, you know, realistic grooves. Mid-tempo intros, slow fills, slow grooves, Gentastic groove 05. Too complicated to me. And you know, the slow grooves, there's different styles. I guess there was mid-tempo grooves, yeah, different styles, black metal, deathcore, grain, groove metal, so Southern Badass, OGF07. Or on the floor. That's my kind of stuff, not too complicated. So, a lot of, you get the point. New wave of British heavy metal. Awesome. Like, you know, going to a rehearsal place and jam with your drummer. You know, now you don't need to tell the drummer, hey, can you play this and that? You can just choose here, whatever you wish. And obviously, since these are MIDI, you can edit these to your liking and really tweak them. Okay, you get the point. Amazing, amazing stuff. And the drums, what I use, this is from the Rock Foundry, Bob Rock's kind of additional package for Superior Drummer 3. And these are the Yamaha drums. Tama Bell brass snare, zillion cymbals, and you know, Yamaha kick and toms. So that's the drum, and the mix is everything is 0, full bleed, except on toms, because with real drums I always it's kind of common to cut, you know, everything, so it's only the toms, so no bleed, but others there's bleed, no effects, nothing, everything's going to my DAW, and I'm mixing these like I mix real drums. Okay, so the drum mix, there's 2 kicks, both kicks go to kick bus. 2 snares, snare top, snare bottom, they go to snare bus. 4 toms go to tom bus. Hi-hat and ride go straight to the drum bus. Overheads, overhead stereo, overhead mono mic goes to overhead bus. 4 room mics, or a couple of them are stereo pairs, go to room bus. And then all of these buses goes to the drum bus. This is exactly like I mix real drums. This is how I set it up. And it's the SSL 4000E, channel strip on everything. That's the compressor, gating, EQing on all, except on the toms. On this one I decided to use Universal Audio's 1176 AE edition with 2:1 ratio for tom compression. And that's about it. And then I had something a little bit going on here in the buses. So this is my go-to. This is always like this, no matter what drums. I'm boosting a little bit 30 Hz and 5K, adding some smooth Pultec style top and bottom to the kick, because that immediately this makes the kick sound better, and then I'll do the more precise EQing with the individual tracks with the SSL 4000 EQ. Snare, I've always had this, or well, last 2 or 3 years, this as a snare drum bass, so I'm boosting a little bit of 220, kind of a lower mid smack and some upper mids. And then room sound, your classic 1176, all buttons on. That's it, it's set up like this pretty much always. And then on the room bass, drum bass, sorry, there's Gullfoss EQ. It just makes it a little bit more better. Doing very minor things. And then the channel strip, no, the EX saturator, which adds a little bit of a second harmonics saturation to the drums. And then the drum, you know, bass channel strip, but nothing's going on in there. It's just to me to measure the levels that I'm hitting here between 12 and 6. Then on cymbals and rooms, I'm using OX Sounds Soothe, cymbal smooth, just to get rid of some harsh frequencies. I use this many times with guitars as well. Alright, so let's solo the kick drum. Let's bypass these all. And the kick drum sounds like this without any EQing and any compression. The Yamaha kick drum sounds really good from the get-go, but I, just adding compression a little bit smack, and the compressor is after the EQ. You can choose it here. Sometimes I use it before, this time I use it after. Then I'm adding a little bit of 8K, a little bit of 1.9K, and a little bit of actually 5 dBs of 48.1 Hertz. Then cutting some low mid boxiness. Let's check out the intro for the toms. The toms aren't gonna boo 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 without the EQ, but what I do with the EQ, I'm boosting a lot of 8K, cutting out the low 800 and adding some bottom. since I have now the compressor, after I liked it more, but what it did, it kind of dug down the highs because I had so much highs. I boosted, so I added another. Well, this is always here, but I'm boosting again the highs after the compressor. So I'm boosting before, then compressor, which kind of, and then I'm, you know, after it, I'm kind of bringing them back with a different channel strip. This is channel strip 2, which is kind of like 9000 series SSL. Overheads, room sounds. Let's see, room sound first. This time I'm compressing it before the EQ, even though I'm not doing much. I'm just cutting out some lower mids. So sometimes less is more. Then let's check out. I think this was -9. Then let's check out the overheads. So there's two ways to use overhead mics. Either you use them only as cymbal mics, which means that you cut some lows and low mids off, or then you use them almost like a room mics, which I did now. So I boosted a lot of lows, cut some lower mids and added some upper mids. This is just, you know, you need to try out whichever works, but because the room where the Bob Rock drums were recorded was in Vancouver, the warehouse studio. The rooms and the overheads, they're so well recorded and the studio is so great. So I'm kind of using the overheads also as part of my kick and snare sound and tom sound. So part of everything. But that's not all. I have here drum effects. So first is a parallel compressor with a Pultec EQ, which is kind of like New York style compression. So the compressor is SSL G-Bus compressor, 10:1 ratio, and Universal Audio's Pultec. Check out what happens when I take these off. These are usually on from the get-go when I start to mix, because there is compression going on, so my compressor on the individual tracks is based on the parallel compressor, and then I just blend it in whatever is needed. Now it's 10 dB quieter than the actual drum bus, but in reality it's not if we check out the levels. So they're pretty much on equal level because it's, you know, there's so much going on. And then I have these magnetismus, that's a hardware juggler audios. I'm sending kick bus, snare bus and tom bus. So kick, snare and toms to that. That's kind of minor on this one, but listen. So it's like destroyed, crushed, like distorted, sounds horrible on its own, but when you blend that in slightly, it just adds more everything to the drums, more sustain, more, you know, stuff. And then I have 3 reverbs. These I use pretty much always. Ramsite machine, that is Tegeler Audio's hardware reverb. Then I have plate, which is Yamaha's Rev 100, really old, really cheap, but I just like the preset number 6, which is called drum plate. Then MPX1, that's Lexicon MPX1 with a tiled room preset. Let's listen these. So I'm only sending to the MPX, the tiled room preset, I'm sending there a kick front, a kick microphone, and then snare bottom. And to the room and to the plate, I'm sending toms, overheads, rooms, and then snare bottom and kick. I really like these beats here, you know, like ready-made beats played by a real drummer, amazing stuff. I'll put a link to LOUDSTAKK's site for more info, and you know, you can check these out, but I can honestly strongly recommend these to you, especially if you need some metal drumming to your programs and you don't wanna, or you don't know how to program drums yourself. And it's never gonna be the same if you program them, or maybe you can get close, but if you really play them like this one, it's amazing. Hey, hopefully you found this interesting and informative. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye.